Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Wednesday to you all. Or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, happy whatever day of the week it may be. Very exciting time in the K-pop music front side of things because ZEROBASEONE are back with new music in the lead up to their first ever summer release season, which is tremendously exciting indeed. Well, In Bloom technically I guess was a summer release, but that's besides the point. This song Sweat I believe is a pre-release for an upcoming mini album that's coming out, which is tremendously exciting indeed. It was formed from the most recent Boys Planet season, which I did not watch, so I'm kind of behind when it comes to like figuring out the guys in a way. In fact, I was so far behind on them that I didn't watch the show, so I don't know who's who quite yet. I'm going to try and make this era the time that I figure out faces to names. In fact, so much so that I have a cheat sheet of a who's who like grid that I'll keep on the second screen while we're watching, just so I can identify who's who and just point out things I like about specific members. I'll know a couple. Like how I'm pretty sure I should be able to recognize right away because he's my boy at this point. But that's besides the point. I'm very excited to hear what ZEROBASEONE can do with the summery sound, because, well, just based off of the title, special summer video, oh, the potential is tremendous, and I'm very excited to get into it. So let's do just that. Here we go. If you thought I was kidding about having a cheat sheet, no, I quite literally have a cheat sheet of all the 9 members. Admittedly, the faces are from Melting Point, so it may be a little bit outdated in terms of visual styles and stuff. And I don't care. I need all the help I can get with this group. There's certain members that just should be so easy to figure out, and yet I can't. It's either a combination of I get the faces confused in the case of like Hanbin and Yujin, or I just forget the names exist. Like for Tere and Komuk especially, I just forget their names. Now, I'm gonna try and mend that this era in the lead up to the album. But also, for the zeros out there who commented about my boy Jang Hao having an OST for, I think it's called Exchange 3 or Transit Love 3. I did watch that very recently. It's on the OST Saturday 2024 playlist. How was on the thumbnail, so you can't miss it. But I did go and check it out. It's a spectacular OST. If you haven't heard it, I'm assuming you've all heard it at this point, but if you haven't, I highly encourage you to go and listen to it. But that's besides the point. We have new summer music to check out, even though it is, I guess it's almost May, isn't it? Oh gosh. Whoa. Anyways, here we go. Sweat. Little Ricky to start off, okay. Oh, get buttery smooth with it. Okay, already the groove rips. Love the big slowdown. Little slide action. Oh my! Yeah, it rips. Yeah, it's even got a post-chorus hook going on as well. Oh! Get the beat nice and firm one time. You know what I appreciate about this song? The beat goes hard, but the vocals are so smooth. Oh baby, I'm It's got a big release for the chorus, but that driving a low beat is nice. Oh, really slow it down for the bridge. Hold it. Man, that beat works so well for the song. It's like the brightness is carried by the vocal line, but the kind of heavier, darker side of things is done with the instrumental, and it meets right in the middle. Okay, the song kind of switched a little bit too fast to point out who was who, but that was very good. That was very nice. And you know what I like about this? About Sweat is the fact that yes, it is a summery song. It's got a nice summery vibe to it, but it's not like overly bright, if that makes sense. You know, it's not summer beach party vibes, but yet it's got that summer vibe to it, the kind of, you know, freedom into summer break, have a good time, that kind of vibe to it. I like. It's restrained enough to where it's not overwhelming, but it does have the brightness to signify a summer song. Highly approve of that. It's... what does it remind me of? Stylistically, it's kind of giving me... there's a couple groups it reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of... just like sonically, in terms of the style of the sound. A hint of AB6... a hint of Infinite, a hint of SF9. The groups that have pulled off the kind of pluckier, but also kind of more minimal sounding dance clubby beats. And they've done it really good. They've given the sound the justice it deserves. But yet it's got that trace of ZEROBASEONE where it's got the brightness up top, if that... I feel like when it comes to ZB1 at this point, well, this will be... we're coming up to their third release, right? Well, I guess they had a Japanese point at one point, but, you know, we're going from In Bloom to... I always forget the name of the title track from last era, but, you know, so debut era, first comeback, and then second comeback era coming up here pretty soon. I feel like one of ZB1's strengths is that vocal top line, in that, much like the case with a lot of produce and like Planet groups, is they're vocally very capable of holding down a top line. I feel like ZEROBASEONE is no exception, and for me it is becoming one of like the traits that I associate ZEROBASEONE with. So from that point, when you get a dance beat like Sweat, where, you know, let's go around here, like... actually, where is that? Sorry, where is that buttery smooth vocal part? Is it around here? It's such a subtle chord change, but it's so smooth. Who is that? Is that Matthew? Sok Matthew? But it's the little things like that just work for me. Yeah, it doesn't matter really what's happening in the instrumental part, you're guaranteed a buttery smooth vocal part. And once again, is a song where the beat is immaculate, but the vocals up top are just so indescribably smooth with it. And I love an indescribably smooth vocal part. If you're picking up what I'm putting out, I love a good vocal part. It happens again. It's the pre-choruses where it really shines. That someone gets so smooth with a little run. It's such a subtle chord change, but it works. And it's the fact that, you know, even second time around, but especially I feel like with June's voice, you get a little bit of that airy fuzziness remaining in the vocal tone. It's just like, ooh, ooh, it's got a nice little bit hint of a vocal texture to it. It's just very smooth. It's not punchy. It's just kind of, it feels like a breeze blowing through, but it's just the prettiest breeze you've ever heard in the world. Oh, baby, I make it and then you got a big flourish into the chorus, vocal part. I had a thought, but it's been interrupted. Does Matthew hit like the cleanest quick vibrato at the end of that held note? Hold on. Oh. Spectacularo. Yeah, there's a lot of things I like. The little details I love about this. And do feel free to correct me if I'm wrong about names, because I'm probably wrong about a couple of names. Like, I'm gonna put my hands up. I'm probably gonna be wrong about some names. I am slowly getting there. It's just a matter of getting 9 names in first, and then putting 9 names to faces. It shouldn't be too bad. I've dealt with worse. Triple S are 24 members. NCTs, well, NCT was at 20 at one point. Now it's up to 26 or 5 or whatever they're at now. I have to relearn a couple. But it's not too big of a group, and I feel like they've all got pretty distinct styles now in terms of vocal ability and vocal color and stuff. So I think moving into whenever the album drops should be a lot more cut and dry in terms of understanding who's who. But yeah, that's nice. And what's got me really excited about Sweat as a pre-release is, one, if we're going to get an early summer album dropping in mid-May, oh, that is going to be so much fun. But 2, the summer music season is coming up very soon. Summer will, in my opinion, as someone who loves a bright song, summer brings the best music for me. As everyone unleashes that bright energy that is associated with summer, and the music is just so exquisitely fun to listen to. That's not even the right word for it, but we're gonna roll with it anyways. The summer music season is gonna be so much fun, and if ZEROBASEONE are gonna be like one of the first groups to do like a full summer-oriented musical release, oh, I'm so on board with it. Because you know what, we're guaranteed, and I mentioned it already, a bright summery album with the immaculate vocals of ZB1. No complaints whatsoever from me. Oh, excuse me, I don't know where that's come from. But anyways, that is it from me today. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day today. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.